I'm Fletcher Rhoden, and this is Quotes and Quips. Today, words of wisdom from Rene Descartes. Now, Quotes and Quips is brought to you by my website, FletcherRhoden.com. That's where you'll find links to my Amazon authors page. That's where you can buy my books in paperback or Kindle or audiobook format. There's also a link to my Spotify artist page. That's where you can download my music in its many subgenres. I've got new music for 2024. Now you can download my music anywhere, from any site all over the internet. But at my website, there's free music that you can only find there. So check it out and have fun. All right. Rene Descartes. His great quote. If the man had a greatest hit, it would be this. I think, therefore I am. I think, therefore I am. Now, once again, it sort of brings in shades of existentialism, probably because the recurrence of I think, therefore I am. And because existentialism is all about asking the question of one's identity and purpose, this would seem to answer it. This would seem to be the existential answer to the existential question. What am I? Who am I? Why am I? Well, what Descartes seems to posit is that your mind is the reason for your physical existence. You think. That's why you are. But I don't think he really means that. He was dealing in a time when metaphysics, before metaphysics really, but at a time when things could be suggested not to exist. When a person could only, again, go inward for any answers that they could find. They could no longer seek for answers in the celestial universe, nor in the sanctuaries of the church. I think, therefore I am. It tells us that you don't need physical proof. You know, Schrodinger's cat in a box. You could disprove my existence, but I know I exist because I think. Because of my consciousness, my awareness, my mind. Now one could say, well, could that not be an illusion? Could that not be a dream? Might you not be a character in the dream of a toad somewhere out on a bubble and something? Well, one could say a lot of things. And they do. Whoever that one person is, that one person is a lot of things. But most of it's dreck. You know, some things can be said to exist. Some things cannot be proven to exist. But they are accepted as existing, such as love, such as the human mind. This Descartes' quote speaks to us of the human mind, above all else, because of the two words, I think. So first he's saying that the unexamined life is not worth living. If you're not thinking, you're not living. If you're not thinking, you're not who you are. If you're not thinking, you're not anyone. But by thinking, you are someone. And you are something. And I would also postulate that what you think has a direct correlation to what you are. Garbage in, garbage out, in that manner. Think garbage thoughts, you're going to be a garbage person. Think good thoughts, you're going to be a good person. Think positive, you're going to have positive experiences. Think negatively, you're going to have negative experiences. You're going to find the things you look for in the world. And all that starts with this: knowing yourself, controlling your intellect. I think is the first part of that sentence. Therefore, I am. But it begins with the thought. Now, this particular quote can be applied to so many things. All other quotes, in fact, kind of reflect upon it. One person said, it's commonly said that the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Mark Twain said, the best way to get ahead is to get started. So, Descartes is really saying the same thing. First you think, and then it manifests into reality. I think, therefore I am. It's not I am, therefore I think. Existence didn't come first in that equation. It's contemplation and then action. It's thinking creates manifestation. I think, therefore I am. Also, one could take it this way. Well, so many people don't think. And it's not that they don't think, they just act thoughtlessly. They don't think enough. They don't take time to think it out enough. Therefore, what are they? But imagine Descartes saying, but I think, and therefore I am. I am me. What is it that Descartes was? He knew he was he. I am I, Don Quixote. Another, I. So Descartes' quote gives us a lot to think about. It works in a lot of ways. It helps to define the Enlightenment era. It helps us to remember to think more and to think first. Always think first. I think, therefore I am. And it reminds us that what we think, that is what we become. Generally what happens is we'll start thinking a certain thing first, and then that transforms us from within. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. But in general, it's the thought that is the seed, and then that grows into the tree that we then show to the world. But the seed is buried underground. The tree is above the surface. I think, therefore I am. That's what I think it means. But it has a lot of different meanings. It's one of those quotes you can really work with. It's very flexible. And it'll work weekends. So that's nice. All right. All of my quotes actually are around-the-clock quotes. But I'm only here on Mondays at noon. But I am here every Monday at noon. So check me out then. There'll be new ones. I leave these up so you can always look at reruns. Subscribe to the channel. That'll make those easier to find. You can also check out my show from last year, Tracking the Lone Wolf, which is on its own YouTube channel, Tracking the Lone Wolf, here on YouTube. And check out my music, wherever you like to download your favorite music, or go through my website, where there's free stuff and lots of fun. So check it out and come back. Until then, bye, Mary.